Hi, I'm Wendy Turner, Executive Director of Michigan Public. You might have heard that public media is under threat. You're not wrong. But I come to tell you that your voice has power. Visit protectmypublicmedia.org, contact your lawmakers, and take a stand today.
Hey, Mercedes here. Before we get into today's episode, I want to ask a small favor. We have a super short audience survey in our show notes that I'd love for you to fill out. It just asks how you heard about the show and what kind of bonus content you might want to see in the future. It takes just a couple of minutes, and we really appreciate your feedback on making the dish even better. Thanks so much. If you drive about 20 minutes directly west of Saginaw, you'll find yourself in Hemlock, Michigan. It's a small town, population 1,400. You'll drive past stretches of farmland, the local high school, and a series of fast food spots. But before that, just off M46, you'll see a restaurant called the Maple Grille, where everything is cooked over a wood-burning grill. A sign on the building bears their logo, a bright red maple leaf.
Hi, my name's Josh Schaeding, chef owner of the Maple Grille here in Hemlock, Michigan.
Can you tell me the story behind the Maple Grille? What inspired you to open it?
Well, by chance I lost my job, so I needed a job, and I got fired. And we had already built a maple syrup evaporator out in front of my dad's construction company. So many people stopped by, thought we were cooking ribs. We were just cooking maple syrup. I decided as soon as syrup season was over to take and start a restaurant here.
Josh says that the land the Maple Grille is on has been in his family since the 80s. Today, the restaurant relies on the community, and locals seem happy to support the business.
That's a brat burger for somebody, probably Kane. Eats a brat burger every day for lunch.
We visit Josh around lunchtime, and he says a few of the folks in the dining room, like Kane, are regulars. But in a way, nothing is really regular around here.
How do you decide what goes on the menu, and how often does it change?
It changes every day, and just whatever we have is what goes on the menu. Like I said, we buy whole cows, whole pigs, different fish, whole chickens, whole ducks. So at every part of the animal we're on, one day we're serving New Yorks, and the next day we're serving sirloins, and it just changes every day.
I'm Mercedes Mejia, and this is The Dish, a podcast about Michigan's vibrant culinary scene. Today, a hidden gem in rural mid-Michigan, and the lengths they go to for the freshest menu possible, including a life-changing Reuben sandwich.
Why Hemlock? What does being part of this community mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. My parents both graduated from Hemlock schools. They've had this building here since the late 80s, so just always connected to the area.
What do people say, that come here that never been, they stop by because they're on their way somewhere? What is the reaction you get? Because it for me, this is sort of very unique for maybe a community as small as this.
Yeah, it's definitely a destination restaurant, but, without the support of the local community, we wouldn't ever survive either. We get a lot of people traveling from downstate up north, and vice versa, coming back. So during the summer, we do really well when a lot of other bars in the area don't do so well because everybody's up north, but we still draw people from across the state in here. So it's definitely a niche.
Sitting down with Josh Schaeding at the Maple Grille feels like visiting someone at their home. There are family members working in the kitchen and friendly regulars in the dining room. There are pictures on the wall of neighborhood kids at 4-H shows and a huge gold trophy from a chili cook-off. And Josh's kids get dropped off by a school bus right in front of the building. Josh himself is dressed comfortably with a ball cap, cargo pants, and a t-shirt.
Were you always drawn to cooking, or did that come later?
Always drawn to cooking. I like to grow. I remember dressing up as a chef for Halloween. I went to culinary school up at Northern Michigan University, their food service management program, culinary arts. And I've just always worked in restaurants. I've been privileged to work underneath two different French chefs, which were really, when I was younger. I just kind of do my own thing here, just like this is how I was raised on beef that my family grew and raised out in my garden. And just kind of carried it on to the restaurant.
The Maple Grille is known for its wood-fired cooking. What draws you to that method?
It just had to stick out and be unique. Doing stuff the hard way, because there's a lot more work involved. Everything from putting wood in the fire to cleaning up to moving the wood, and Fluctuating temperatures, nothing's ever the same. So it all depends on how dry the wood is too. If it's wet, it doesn't burn as hot, and everything cooks slower.
Yeah. The flavor, though, it also impacts, right? The fire impacts the flavor too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's wood-fired food. Tastes a little different.
There's two things that stick out in the Maple Grille's parking lot. One is a huge stack of firewood in a far corner of the lot. It's about as tall as the Jeep parked next to it, and probably 3 to 4 Jeeps wide. The other is this huge wood-fired maple syrup evaporator at the other end of the lot.
Did you build it?
I did build this. It's just a big wood-fired grill. When you pull this evaporator pan out of it, we got grill grates that can sit on it, and so you can stand out here and cook. And then all the smoke, generally, especially right now, goes to that end door, which doubles as a smoker.
We're standing under the pavilion that houses 2 long evaporators. They just look like long bar-top tables, each with an enclosed wood-burning stove underneath.
The Maple Grille started out here.
Okay.
So we're outside cooking seasonally. On this is all wood-fired. And now we just use it for birch syrup, and we got a spit for doing whole pigs and lambs.
Right now, Josh is burning old wooden chair seats salvaged from a high school. And each grill has a long tray full of this white, smoky liquid, birch syrup.
Where do you get the syrup from?
The syrup it's about 5 miles away. We got a wood lot that has a lot of birch trees in it. Actually, one of our employees, it's his parents' farm wood lot. So let us come over and do it. So just the syrup itself, we don't sell this. It's too expensive, and this strictly goes in our birch syrup vinaigrette. Right in vinaigrette.
What's the taste like? How would you say is the flavor?
I've never had it from anywhere else, so I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. But ours tastes like balsamic vinegar reduction. So it's not sweet, it's not pancake stuff. It's more of a marinade or
like more savory.
More savory, yeah. And it goes really well on a dressing on a vinaigrette.
How long will the birch syrup cook for?
This will take me about 3 days to get cooked down. It's
Wow,
140 gallons or so, maybe. 150 gallons. Birch syrup you want to cook lower and slower than maple syrup, so it doesn't have so much of a burnt flavor.
And the wood you just get supplied from?
Yeah, all the wood's local. I think this stuff all came from our back here in the restaurant. We got a wood guy that cuts wood in a wood lot and brings it to us.
That's true of almost everything at the restaurant. The meat, the bread, the produce, it's all locally sourced.
You work with a lot of local farmers. We talked about that. What's your relationship with them, and how far away, are you going?
Most of the stuff, I'd say 80% of our stuff's probably within 10 miles here. Other stuff, like our pigs are raised up north. Like I said, the potatoes are from the thumb. And right now our root vegetables are from the west side of the state. But once we get into full swing here, once really asparagus season starts, everything's going to be really within 10 miles of here.
Why is sourcing locally so important to you?
It's fresher, so it tastes better. Food miles, less gas, better for the environment. But for me, it just comes down to it just tastes better. And I always like to eat food. I like eating good food, and to get the best food, it's got to be fresh and local.
Some of his ingredients are super local, like a few hundred yards away local.
How large is this property?
6 acres. So when we started out, this is all just woods from here back.
The hoop house here.
Yep. And there's...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Beautiful tomatoes already.
Already, I know, huh?
Yeah.
And all of our lettuce is coming from in here right now. Our herbs, we got bay leaf trees. Just picked some cucumbers today. So,
Wow, this is beautiful.
yeah, it's all heated floors, so this is going to be running year round.
Yeah. So show us around. What do you have?
The tomatoes, obviously.
Josh leads us past rows of tomato plants, microgreens, radishes, beanstalks, lettuce heads, and chives.
Bay leaves.
Oh, no way.
Yup, so we got fresh bay leaves. My mom actually started this lemon tree from a seed.
Oh.
And it's due to take off this year, maybe start producing lemons actually.
That's about 3 feet, maybe?
Yeah.
Josh's dad, Len, tends to the crops with a small team.
We do about 500 zucchini plants.
Oh my gosh.
About 500 tomatoes, 500 pepper, 500 cucumbers. So it's a lot. So in this next week or so, we'll have everything started in there, ready to go. He was just saying we're running out of flats.
All of these will be used in the restaurant, just a couple hundred yards away. And the produce that Josh doesn't grow here, potatoes, asparagus, parsnips, come from other Michigan farms.
So does that dictate, do the seasons dictate the menu?
They do, yep. So everything's dictated by the season, what we're serving.
So like in the winter, what might you have that you want? Like
No tomatoes.
Yeah, no tomatoes.
Yeah, and we buy canned tomatoes for our
Right.
pizza sauce and stuff, but we don't put tomatoes on burgers
Right.
or on salads outside of the season because they're not the same. You know?
And people cool with that?
Yeah, they have to be.
Time for a break. When we come back, Josh takes us into the kitchen.
Yeah, so that was just the beef brisket. We put it in, a corn brine for, it was last Tuesday it went in, so roughly 12 days or so.
That's in a minute. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Wendy Turner, Executive Director of Michigan Public. You might have heard that public media is under threat. You're not wrong. But I come to tell you that your voice has power. Visit protectmypublicmedia.org, contact your lawmakers, and take a stand today.
Back in the restaurant, it is toasty and smoky. Just behind the checkout counter is the kitchen. It's totally open and visible from the dining room, and separated only by the bar. In the middle of the kitchen, there's a wood-fired grill, about the size of a large dining table. And next to that is the wood-fired pizza oven.
So we're running 3 fires right now, just constantly need wood. So we burn over a face quart of wood every day.
Face quart of wood?
Face quart of wood, yes.
I don't know what that means.
Oh boy, if I can remember right, it's like a typical log's 18 inches long, stacked, 8 foot long and 4 foot high.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I only get slivers every couple months. So I got a sliver this week. I never get slivers, even though I'm grabbing a face quart of wood every day.
In the kitchen, Josh's wife, Bridget, roasts parsnips on the grill.
These are just grilled. They are pre-cooked and then grilled for color and kept warm for when the line gets really long. It's hard to keep up otherwise. So we do prep ahead a little bit.
I mean, this is kind of nice in the winter to stand here.
You must think it's quite warm. I'm so used to it, I don't even notice anymore.
Directly across from her, Josh grills a meaty sandwich.
What dish is that?
That's your Reuben right there.
Oh my God, is that fennel seeds? Or
Caraway.
caraway?
We didn't catch this on tape, but when we first walked in, another customer was walking out who claimed the Maple Grille's Reuben had ruined all other Reubens for him. So, of course, we had to try it.
Yeah, so that was just the beef brisket. We put it in, a corn brine for, it was last Tuesday it went in, so roughly 12 days or so, maybe not quite 10 days. I was track. Then we run it in the smoker all day yesterday, and then just slice it as thin as we can today. Sauerkraut.
Oh, sauerkraut. Oh, it's sauerkraut with caraway.
Yep.
And Swiss cheese?
Swiss cheese, correct.
Yes, this is.
It's gonna be good.
Oh
I got a good feeling.
Josh serves up a classic Reuben and a few other things. Spent grain crackers brewed from the beer made in-house.
And then we also mixed in butternut squash seeds that we roasted and dried and ground up into like a powder.
Cornbread in maple syrup from Bond's Beach Farms in Onaway.
Maple syrup comes from Onaway, Black Lake.
Grilled parsnips from the west side of the state. Potato salad sourced from the Thumb. A ground walleye burger on a bun baked in Midland.
Just a Southwest walleye burger. We just grind some walleye up and some Southwest herbs in it.
House-made root beer, and this hard-to-describe chestnut soup. Josh says they probably lose money on this dish because of the amount of time it takes to shell each nut by hand.
It's unique. You either love it or you hate it.
Okay, well, tell me about it. I want to try it.
It's just a love and hate thing. It's like really weird, I guess. Like some people absolutely go nuts over it.
It has nutmeg in it.
Yeah. It's nutmeg and onions and chestnuts.
I love it.
Cream and butter.
It's so yummy.
Yeah, it's a weird soup, but it's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
But back to our main event.
Okay, I'm gonna try this Reuben. That is so good. It's just full of flavor. Like the corned beef is unique. It's soft, so soft.
If you were to categorize the Maple Grille's menu, it's bar food, but it's bar food with unexpected twists, served at a level that's just exceptional. And you don't have to take it from me.
Well, what do you order? What's your go-to?
Oh, I mean, I like everything. I mean, chicken feet. Sometimes he has fried chicken feet. That's really good. The gizzards are, it's just, we're lucky to have this in our backyard.
Frank Sizak is a friend of Josh's. Really, he's a customer turned friend.
Where are you from?
I'm from St. Charles, Hemlock area. Really, I live in Brant, Michigan, or whatever. And just today, that's why I'm up here today. We just got a bunch of birch sap so that he can make a sap or whatever. We got like 90 gallons.
Nice. So did you have lunch? What did you have for lunch today?
I ain't had nothing yet. I got, what I had is a hazy IPA off the tap.
Yeah. There's not a lot of, restaurants or establishments like this around here.
No. I mean, you got your typical kind of bar restaurants and stuff like that or whatever, But, this place here. Plus, when he brings you a plate of food or whatever, you're going to have a to-go box. You're not going to be hungry when you leave here. Any sports community, too much sometimes. But, it says you got to give to get. So.
I saw your son here, and your wife is here, and your dad is working. You have friends, and it's just a community and family business. It seems like everyone is here working and helping out or hanging out.
Yep, exactly. Just everybody got involved and to make it work.
Yeah, it's a really great place. It's very special, and we really appreciate you having us here.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. My name is Josh Schaeding, chef owner of the Maple Grille here in Hemlock, Michigan, and that's the dish.
The Maple Grille in Hemlock is open Tuesday through Saturday. We have details linked in the show notes if you want to pay them a visit. Thanks so much to Josh for sharing his story and for providing us such a generous lunch. Don't forget you can always find bonus photos and videos from our travels at michiganpublic.org/thedish and on social media at Michigan Public. Is there a culinary creative we should get to know in your area? If so, tell us about them. You can send your tips to thedish@michiganpublic.org. Today's episode was produced by Ronia Kabansag, with editing by Laura Weber-Davis and myself, Mercedes Mejia. Music on today's episode comes from Blue Dot Sessions. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next time.